Please like and subscribe to my mommy's video. Hi, these are WibiBears. Meet my friends, Grizzly, Ice Bear, and Peter.
We're going to start with a long yarn in the front. This is going to be the keyring shape in the back of the bear. If you don't need it, you don't have to do it. We'll start with a magic ring, single loop or double loop, doesn't matter, and then 6 single crochets into the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull it in. And now we're going to start to increase. So 2 stitches, 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, 6 times. So that will be 12 single crochets in total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we will keep increasing. So that will be 1 single crochet and an increase of 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. And we'll do this 6 times. That will give us 18 single crochets. No, that was supposed to be 1. And then increase, and then 1, and then an increase. Then you should have in total of 18 single crochets. And now we're going to single crochet just all around 18 single crochet for the next 3 rows. 1, 2, we'll just mark it. 3, 4, And then we'll go ahead and continue doing it for the next 2 more rows. So when you're done with the 3 rows of the 18 single crochets, we're going to continue first with 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to mark it. So that was 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 single crochets. And then we're going to put in 1 bobble stitch. So that will be like a double crochet, but just half done. 1, and then we're going to do that again in the same hole, in the same stitch. Half done double crochet, another one, 2, one more time, half done double crochet, 3, one more, 4, and then 5. We've done half done double crochets 5 times, so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on top. We're going to push down the needle this way and pull through the yarn through all these 6 loops. Make it tight so it looks like a little tiny paw of the bear, and then we're going to start single crocheting onto the next stitch. So that is, we have 4 single crochets. Just continue with your single crochets. 2, 3, and 4. Then you have a little tiny bobble stitch right here. And then we're going to repeat again. So bobble stitch, half done double crochets 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 6 loops. Go through all of them carefully, pull them tight, and then just go about with the single crochets as usual. And then we'll go ahead and do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Then you have 2 little tiny paws of the bear. Now we will continue with 18 single crochets for the next 2 rows. So the first stitch, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. And then we'll continue slowly to the next 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And here's the tricky part. There's like this little bit of a long single crochet looking shape on the bottom of the bobble stitch. I'm going to go through just the 2 yarns from it, like a single crochet, and then 7. And then the next one is this one tiny one that we did before, 8, 9, 10, 11, again. You look onto the bottom of it, and then here's the 12, right below the bobble stitch. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 18, the last one. So that's 18 single crochets. And then we just need 1 more row. But this one's fairly easy because they're all normal single crochets. 1, 2, I'll mark it. And then go round the row. 18 single crochets. When you're done with it, we're going to take a quick break and then use this little middle yarn that we left in the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and do the chains of 10. So 10 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then we will use this to make the keyring shape. If you don't need it, you may omit. So. If this will be the front face of the bear, we want to put the keyring around the second and third row of the part on the back. So we're gonna go through here, and then maybe go through into the next stitch. We don't want the keyring to be too big, maybe just a little bit like this, so you can put or attach the keyring. And then just in here, no one's gonna see this inside part, we'll just go ahead and sew it tight. So that even if when you pull it, it stays stuck. Okay, the insides don't matter because we're going to fill it with the polyester filling, so you just stick it in and just leave it there and no one will see. And then we'll continue. We'll go ahead and continue with the tail, which is going to start with a bobble stitch. So 5 half done double crochets again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. With 6 loops, go through it, and then we'll continue with single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the bobble stitch was the first stitch. We'll mark it. And then there is another bobble stitch that we have to do. The leg part should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And again, we have 6 loops on the needle. So from the hook through the 6 loops, and then continue with single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then the bobble stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 loops on the hook, and then continue with single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. We're going to go ahead and do the single crochets all around the rows. The first stitch, we're going to take this little 2 yarns on the bottom of the bobble stitch. That's our first stitch. Second one, 2, and then 3. That is the third one is our first stitch, and then we'll continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the bottom again, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then here 12. And then we continue 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. One single crochet and a decrease. And here's the first stitch. And you repeat this pattern again until the end. One single crochet and a decrease. This to be done 6 times. Okay, now that we're done with one single crochet and a decrease, row is done. We're going to put in the polyester filling to the point that makes it all cute and plump. 1, 2, 3. I won't mark it this time because it's very short. 4 and 5. Last one, 6. We're going to continue with a slip stitch at the end, slip stitch into the next stitch. Leave some yarn for sewing, for closing it up. And then we'll close it up. And then hide the yarn. And then we'll continue with the ears and the eyes. So the ears should be right between the 2 and the second and the third row, somewhere maybe like this. But we'll poke it through the third row and the second row. And we'll pull through the yarn and chain 1. So we'll go ahead and do 3 single crochets into this stitch. 1, and then go through it again. 2, and then we'll go through it again, like through the same stitch. And then 3. So when you're done with the 3 single crochet in the 1 stitch, go through it and slip stitch. And leave some yarn. So now you have these 2 dangling yarns next to it. We'll just tie them very tight. Like this. And then we can hide them together. So this. Go through it. Maybe you want to hide it through the body. Pull it out a little bit. Okay. And you want to repeat this on the other side around here. Third and the second one, go through it like this. So on the back side, we're going to go through from the back side so we can slip stitch in the inner side of it. Again. So starting with chain 1 and then 3 single crochets. 1, again on the same stitch, 2, and then 3. And then the last one, slip stitch. Use some yarn. Okay. If you want, I didn't do it the last time, but you can make this go through here either way so that it's closer to the other yarn. And tie them tight. So you need a black embroidery yarn, about this length, not too long, but just enough so that you can sew the eyes into the bear. We're gonna use only 3 strands of it right here. So 3 strands into the eye. Now I got tangled on the bottom. You want to be careful when you split it. And I'm going to use rather a little bit spikier needle than before, but you don't really have to if you have a thinner needle. So we're going to go ahead and do on the row right above the bobble stitches, but in the middle of the faces with 3, like this, 3 stitches apart. So this one should be around here. I'm gonna keep it very straight as possible. Straight as possible. Just as if you drew it with a marker. 1, 2, 2. Then tie them in the back. Cut and then hide. Yes. And then we will continue with the other one. Okay, with the nose, it's the same method, but I think because nose, we're gonna make it thicker, so maybe I'm gonna go ahead and just use all the 6 strands. And this needle is too small, it's a thick needle. We're gonna use the whole strand, this whole 6 strands of the yarn, and right in the middle. We'll make this straight too. 1, 2, 3. because sometimes this part is hard to hide, we're going to use this one and then balance it out this way. This. Okay, and then we'll hide it. We'll hide these two onto the back. This. So there you go. And if you change the color to brown, that's the grizzly bear. And if you change the colors for black and white, back and forth, then you get the panda. Anyone who wants the rosy cheeks, you can just use any of these leftover pink yarn, put it through the cheeks. It's just like the eyes. And also the other side. Don't pull too tight, otherwise this cheek just gets sucked in. And then we'll tie it in the back. Go through it, over here with a big hole. And also the other side. There. Then you have the rosy cheeks. And when you crochet a lot of them, you can share them with your friends. It's a cute ice bear.